Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and I'm here to dish more about what happened with Screen Junkies Plus, the paid service we did back in the Screen Junkies days that many of you were subscribers of. Thank you so much. Well, I didn't have a lot of the information, but as I made that first video, someone sent me an alleged document that seems to have numbers that seem like they were similar to the ones I remember seeing from before. So let's go through these alleged numbers, these alleged viewer numbers. Take them as you will. I'm not going to say they're guaranteed, but, you know, take them as you will. Also, I'm going to go through a lot of comments you guys sent over, questions you have. And look at this. Look what I found. You know, I'm in a good place where I can put this shirt on. I'll tell you. You know, I don't care anymore, and I'm moving on. When I never, 3 years ago, would have ever thought I would wear this shirt. But I somehow, this is, of all the shirts somehow made it through my life, this one did. And so I got it. If you don't know my beef with Nick, and I wish him well. I know he doesn't like me, but I wish him well and his family well. And it is what it is. Sad we lost touch with a lot of these people. But you can actually get the whole story. Here's us as the gang as we did it. You can get the whole story in the playlist. I'll put it at the end of this video, or I'll put it actually an iCard, top right. You can click it now if you want to go back. It starts with my sort of, if you don't know what happened to me, what happened in the Screen Junkies, always start here. If you're new to this channel, you want to sort of know, why does Andy always talk about this Screen Junkies drama and everything? You can learn about what happened to me in this video, and sort of it's all there. And then what actually happened with my colleagues, this whole list, and then gets into Screen Junkies Plus, the Chris Stuckmann, Jeremy Jahns insight, after credits, Schmodown stuff, and there'll be more on this list. I'm pre-taping this, the Kevin Smith one, and some other stuff all coming in this spot. So this will be sort of the Screen Junkies Insight and Truth playlist. I'll put it at the end of this video as well. All right, but let's get to the subject at hand. So there were so many questions you guys sent over. I sort of covered everything of like my lessons learned, but I know there were some series and things I didn't really get to. And so again, just quick recap. This was a streaming service we did back in 2015 where we brought some of the biggest personalities at the time on YouTube. Chris Stuckmann, Jeremy Jahns, teamed up with Alicia Malone, amazingly talented Alicia Malone, who, look, I love Alicia Malone. And I'm so grateful Alicia was honest and said nothing happened to her. Never, ever had any beef or problems with her. She's such a pro. I'm so happy to see her excelling and doing Oscar carpets and stuff. She's such a film lover and such a genuinely sweet, nice person. Wish her the best. I got no bad blood. You're not going to hear any drama with her. And I don't want to encourage any drama there, but I wish her so much goodwill and joy. And then we had Nick Mundy. Andre Meadows came in to do a watch party show that never really took off. John Bailey, and then obviously the Screen Junkies crew, Hal, Dan, Spencer, myself. And yeah, Roxy's there because she came in to do TV fights. And TV fights, I guess I can start there. A lot of people had asked about TV fights. Look, I don't get along with Roxy now because, look, she lied to me. She lied about me, and it got picked up by 1 million people, and she refuses to ever engage. I've reached out privately numerous times to try and squash this and understand what did I do wrong. And then I've heard through the wire that, you know, I've heard things and I'm just sort of fed up, and I'm here not to bully, and I don't want to harass her in any way, but I just want the truth out. And I don't like when someone puts out, it seems to be all, I'll say anything, I'll talk about whatever, and it doesn't get it. You can learn my beef with her. But regarding TV fights, look, I thought she was a good host of TV fights. Her and Ken Knapsack did that show together. I liked Ken. Look, Ken was loyal to Christian always, and I should have known that better. Anything that went through me went to Christian, clearly. And when Christian had an opportunity to hire him, Ken bailed and went over there. And that bummed me out because I was like, dude, we hooked you up to get going so you can learn all this stuff. And then he totally clearly knew it. But anyway, he rocked TV Fights. TV Fights was a show we did, a companion show to Movie Fights. And look, the reality was, just like all the other Screen Junkies Plus shows, no one was there. It had a small following, and I'll show you the numbers. I have them here. It just wasn't that huge. It did okay. It was one of our better performers, and so we just sort of let them do their thing. And then we tried to give them some opportunities to be on the main channel, or I guess they were on Screen Junkies News at the time. And they did okay. But at that point, we were doing they would do well for what their current company is doing now. Their numbers now are not very good, and people have asked me to do a commentary on that. I don't know if I want to, but tell me what you guys think. But all I know is back then we had way better numbers than Screen Junkies has now, and it's still at that point though it wasn't good. We were like, well, we need to do better. We need to do better, and so look. The show was what it was. I never thought it was as good just because it was sort of a breeding ground where they could just try whoever they wanted. And so they would just put people in. Sometimes they were good. Sometimes they weren't. And there was a passionate, small little fan base that liked it, but it never grew a larger fan base, and they want to blame me for that. But I mean, I don't know what I could have done better. Obviously, a better platform, but that wasn't my call. That wasn't my decision. I would have loved to have given them better platforms. At the same time, when they did, it didn't perform as well as our other shows. And I had a lot of people who wanted that spotlight on our main channels, and I didn't have permission. I wasn't going to just do that unless I knew it was going to help us out. So TV Fights was what it was. And Roxy, I did think she knew her TV, man. She came from AfterBuzz, all those after shows, and so she brought some of that knowledge, and it was nice, but it was what it was. All right, but so anyway, let's break down some of these numbers. So here's this document. Thank you to the mystery anonymous sender who gave me this document that really breaks down the views. Okay, so here they are, guys. So the way it's broken down by video performance, meaning like a video's entire length versus live performance. Now, part of the appeal of ScreenJunkies Plus was to debut the shows first live on our app. So if you wanted to watch Movie Fights, you had to be on the app. And so Movie Fights was our biggest draw on the channel, on the platform by far. So people would tune in a couple days earlier to see it on Plus, and then the taped version would drop on YouTube. And so that was sort of a big draw. You want to watch Movie Fights first and live, watch them on ScreenJunkies Plus, and then they show up on YouTube later. And so people wanted to be part of the live experience and watch it. And honestly, that alone was probably enough. That and Honest Trailer Commentaries, and maybe a couple other TV after shows. If we had just done that and been cheaper, which is what we pretty much ended up focusing on instead of all the other stuff, it would have worked. And so looking at looking at the live performance here of these shows, and this is by every episode, and this is by series. You can see Movie Fights trumps everything. Movie Fights had 111,000 total views, live views. And then Watching Thrones was really popular, 22,000 views. I mean, that's not a lot, but it did okay. Honest Trailer Commentaries, because we would plug that from Honest Trailers, did pretty well, 55,000 views. And you can see the bulk of our viewers were coming in from ScreenJunkies.com. They were watching it on the ScreenJunkies.com website. Now, anybody who was on sort of iOS, which is like iPhone, that was the next big one. And then Android, and then Apple TV, because we had a really cool Apple TV app, but ultimately these numbers were not warranted everything, probably the work and the amount we put into making that Apple TV app, which looked great, but 765 viewers compared to 66,000 viewers, you gotta what's worth it, right, is what you gotta ultimately break down. But just looking at these numbers so you can get sort of a sense of the shows. Looking at these, yeah, that's it. And then Honest Trailer Commentaries, and then it starts going down. SJU did okay. Again, 111,000 for Movie Fights, 55,000 for Honest Trailer Commentaries, and then we got 52,000 for SJU when we were live. Granted, we did that show a lot, so that might be goosing some of these numbers. And then Knocking Dead, our after show, similar to Watching Thrones, did okay. And then TV Fights was at about 50,000, 49,000 of cumulative views on it. And then Summer Movie Report, 12,000. After the Fight Live, 36,000, not as big as I thought, we thought it would be, but still better than some. And then Mega Movie Get Together, 4,000. Monday Night Raw, 18,000. You can see it wasn't huge for the amount of episodes we did. 3,000 for Flash and Friends. That one really bombed. No one was watching that show, and they were, again, another reason Roxy and everyone was upset, but like, these were terrible numbers coming in for Flash and Friends. Gamer Fights also did poorly. Our Mr. Robot after show, Honest Trailer Commentaries. These were all the things that we did live, okay? So then when we actually look at them from a video performance, like overall, not live, and you want to look at actual views, there we go. Total views on ScreenJunkies Plus. Again, allegedly, don't take this as a facts. I want to get in trouble or anything. We're assuming based off this weird mystery document I got. Again, not telling you these are factual. Don't want to give any secrets away because I don't have those. They took them all away from me. But thanks again to someone who puts this. And this looks like it might be. So again, estimates, maybes. So this was about 4 million views overall is what we got on that app. And so here it is now broken down total views. And again, Movie Fights, 687,000 views. And that was 63 episodes. So views per episode is really what we're looking at here, is how this breaks down. About 11,000 people were watching episodes of Movie Fights, okay? Either live or whatever. The next big thing was our roasts. Roasts did pretty well, 36,000 that they came in from that. We had 33 views, and that actually 3 episodes rather, but there were more. This list clearly is out, not the whole run. But we had more. But that was like a hit. The roasts were a hit for us, and yeah, they were fun. You can actually find the roasts online. There's only one that doesn't exist, and it's Beauty and the Beast. If you look up the Screen Junkies roast, some person, not me, loaded them. I have the Beauty and the Beast when I'm debating whether I want to share that with you guys somehow. I still want to, I don't know, I don't want to get in trouble with anybody. I don't have anything to do with them. But I don't think they're ever going to release it, and I want to make sure there's a place, just for my own real sake, that we have it out there. So stay tuned. The roasts, though, were really smart. We did two, people a lot asked about the roasts. When we did our fictional character roasts, it was like the roast of Darth Vader, the roast of Harry Potter, we did two back-to-back. So every time we'd build that, we'd rent a place, build a set, and then move out a couple props and then reuse some of our cast and go back to back. So we fully wrote those roasts. There's a teleprompter. We brought in fans so they could watch both episodes back to back. And that way we would, maximize our budget by doing two in a row. And so Brent, everybody involved, John, everyone who was producers of all those were so fantastic helping us get it done. The roasts were so much fun and they really did perform for us pretty well. Plus we had some clips we could put on the YouTube channel that actually performed strong. Our Winter Soldier roast of Captain America did really good views. And so that was something that, I forget whose idea, Spencer, maybe I originally had that idea, but when I heard it, I was like, yes, that's a perfect special that we can do cheaply and make it a big stunt. And so we did Harry Potter, Rick Grimes from Walking Dead, Darth Vader, Batman, and I'm probably missing one. And then we did Beauty and the Beast. That we did Disney roast. There might be one more I'm skipping. But anyway, those were a lot of fun. But so those roasted well. And then, good judge, again, looking at everything, you got to compare. These, it's not huge. 200,000. Movie Games was next. Movie Games had 6,000 episodes per. So Jeremy Jahns was pulling in. We knew that was better. His Movie Games was just, regardless, I think, of Jeremy's involvement, people just liked Movie Games. And then After Credits was getting a huge bump because How It Should Have Ended was promoting it at the end of all of their episodes, which is 1 million people. So they were usually sending over some good people, some more views. But still, these aren't good numbers overall. But again, it gives you a sense of sort of viewership numbers, potential. And because 36,000 views per episode makes you wonder that we weren't supposed to. We got a bump if there were 25,000 members. Now, some of these could have been free trials. And that's the thing. Once the free trials were off, then it was complicated how our pay structure worked. Because as I told you in the first video, we were supposed to get rewarded, Dan, Spencer, and I, every time we hit a subscriber goal milestone, and we never hit it. We never got those goals. So that's the only reason I can tell you I don't know the numbers. But judging by the fact that some of these shows got 36,000 views, well then didn't we break 25,000 members? You'd think. Again, that's why I can't tell you for sure. But these numbers look pretty. These numbers look pretty. Remind me pretty similar to what we had. And then you had Does It Hold Up, which After Credits and Does It Hold Up did well. That was a show that did well. These are all and then TV Fights came in at 6,000. So it was okay. TV Fights was average, and we kept it going. That wasn't one we were trying to kill. But Monday Night Raw isn't there yet, notice. Sorry, Nick. And then Watching Thrones, Interns of Field, for the amount of money we spent on these 8 episodes, this was not good. 6,000 views, not good. So Knocking Dead, the fact that we did a Knocking Dead after show that got the same amount of views for a show that we spent almost $1 million on, not good. It didn't work, right? And I shared some of those thoughts of what happened there in the first episode. Summer Movie Report with Dan, the beginning of what became now his new channel, which I pushed for. He wanted to do something, but I made it, as I knew the writing was on the wall. It's like, we got to get each of our personalities a show. And I remember working with Dan to get the numbers on and having him have Sasha come in. He made it his own, but I behind the scenes, at least, I was very instrumental in helping to try and make sure he had a platform, because I knew, well, look, the fans will want to see this. And that obviously helped him get more attuned to what he does now. Some of the backstory there of why it's like frustrating me that he signed me off so quickly when we did. There's a lot of he owes me, and a lot was his own. But Dan, come on, dude, what you're doing is shady. Still to this day. After the Fights Live was still I thought would do better. But that was such an easy thing. We had the guests. We would just flip on the lights after movie fights. Honest Trailer Commentaries, and it's starting to go down. So now it's 5,000. SGU is 4,000 episode. And First and Worst then pops in, which is Chris Stuckmann show, about 4,700. What's in the Box was about 4,000 views with Kit J and Silent Bob. Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, which we would thought would do better. But 45 episodes, it clocked in good views total, but per episode, meh. Pitch Off with Doug Benson. I loved that show. I'm a fan of Doug's. I thought that was a really fun show. We got some fun comedians to come do pitches with him. And as you see, Gamer Fights did not do well. We canceled that. Mega Movie Get Together 3000. We canceled that. And then below all those, Monday Night Raw. So 3,000 views, 3,254 views on what Monday Night Raw was getting over the course of its 47 views, 47 episodes. It just, given the money we were paying Nick, when a lot of these shows were just us on camera, this was not worth it. And that's why he got canceled. And that's why they wanted to cancel him, probably like a dozen episodes in. And I let it go. And I kept going and kept fighting for him behind the scenes. He didn't know that. He just thought we were being jerks and not letting him do what he wanted to do. But he was lost in his way. I fought to keep this show going because I wanted the fans to have him there. But we knew the views weren't very good. And then Flash and Friends also, we knew Roxy and we were paying Jason to be on that show. And I thought maybe it would help. It didn't. And that show was tanking. And then ScreenJunkies show, these are just replays. Now you're looking at the stuff we loaded from the ScreenJunkies YouTube channel that just sort of got onto the app. People would watch it there instead of YouTube. So we're looking at about 3,000 diehard people who are always on the app, only watching it there, every content we did. And then Honest Trailers 2000, Honest Scream Trailers 2000, and then Debugging Mr. Robot was the worst show we did, without a doubt, which that just showed it wasn't as popular as we thought it would be when it came back, and that had under 2,000 views. And then the SJ movie reviews, I think we just did those once in a while, no big deal. They were on YouTube as well. And then Honest Game Trailer Commentaries actually was the worst. No one cared enough about those to come watch who was writing those. So there you have it. There's the insight. And if you go per episode, the Roast of Captain America was our biggest performer. There you can see right there, 57,000 views for that one. And then like the after credits of Interstellar was the first episode of that was the big driver. And then Honest Trailer Commentary for Deadpool, where we talked about the story about Ryan Reynolds. That every time we had something big, the Roast of Captain America was a big million viewed video that tagged to the full thing. So whenever we had and this was after credits with How It Should Have Ended, you can tell here these three, and then the roast, and then Batman v Superman, the extended cut of the Honest Trailer. That also, I think that's what we did here. That also did some. So you can tell the first episode of TV Fights, which we promoted heavily, after credits again because it came from How It Should Have Ended. A lot of these were, and these because they were on YouTube, I think. Whenever we had a big point, like a pointer to come check out the platform, the views were better. But the views weren't great. 57,000 behind a paywall? You'd think you could have figured out how to make this work. Now that roast cost more money though. It wasn't worth it. But some of these other shows, what's frustrating about it all is there was potential. There was potential here, and we could have gotten more, and we just didn't. And as you see, they go the average, just so you can sort of see a quick sort of per view, but it says everything. Look, it wasn't embarrassing, but this isn't good. And then there was a lot of stuff that just didn't even get viewed. Not a lot of stuff, some stuff. But a lot of these are Honest Trailer Game Commentaries and Honest Trailer. We tried that. They worked on the YouTube channel, but they never, because it wasn't, that just proved it. When we did Honest Trailer Games for Smosh Games, and I think it went somewhere else ultimately, but those did well on YouTube, but it was clear there wasn't a personality behind them. And everything else in ScreenJunkies was us. And so as I said in the first video, like, this was a paid service for us. Come pay to see more of us. And that's what we lost sight of. I think we just needed to know, this is a fan club. Like I said 10 times in the first video, we did not have the budget or the resources or the cast, the celebrities, to make a successful big tier streaming company. And so these numbers sort of prove all of that. Now look, I'm realizing this is almost 20 minutes and I got to bank some content. So I'm going to do what I didn't think I was going to do, which is split this off in one more video where I'm going to go through a bunch of your tweets and answer any final questions that I didn't answer already on a video. So stay tuned. I'll put that here at the end of this video. If you haven't already, do me a favor, check to see if you are subscribed, or please do subscribe. Hit that all alerts. It helps. Smash the like button. If you're a fan of this content, you watch me, go leave a comment, help the engagement. All that stuff helps here as I'm trying to grow grow this channel back in the next this week. And January will be hard. If you see my content and you're a fan, you've made this far, please do what you can to support Watch. I appreciate it. You can always support me here through my link tree. It's in all my descriptions, but it lets you show how to donate or just subscribe to all my channels, Movie World, Hugging the Cactus, etc. My socials. If you really want to help support, you can go over there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to come back with another final part here to answer a lot of the questions you tweeted out to me. So stay tuned for some real tea and dirt coming next. Thanks, everybody.